That's right. The state TV station has published an opinion poll. Of course, the latest opinion polls came out on Monday, but now it is legal to publish new opinion polls. So this is phone polls to voters over the last week or so. And basically, they're giving the People's Party and Vox an absolute majority. They say that in the best case scenario, those two could get 177 seats. That would be one more than the absolute majority. The lowest of the range would be 169, and that would be slightly lower than an absolute majority. The PP has, over the last few days, according to this opinion poll, actually increased its number of seats. The average of the polls were giving it 140 seats, but it looks as if the campaigning went well over the last week, and in the best case scenario it could take 150 seats. Now Vox, in this opinion poll from state television, would lose from the 52 seats it has in the current parliament. It would drop down to between 24 to 27 seats, but that still allows it, if it wants to help the People's Party. Now the Socialists, interestingly, they're on 120 seats at the moment, and this opinion poll sees them holding up reasonably well at 113 to 118. So in the best case scenario, they only lose a couple of seats. But unfortunately for them, their left-wing ally, Suma, that is an umbrella group of 15 left-wing parties, they fall to 28 to 31. They lose a few seats on their last showing. Now, of course, this is very, very initial data. This doesn't say how people actually voted. We'll have to wait to see the count, the actual count. But already in the People's Party, there are a lot of smiling faces. They are basically saying that this is a real turnaround for the People's Party, that in 13 months, they say their leader, Alberto Núñez Feijóo, has really done very well. And they look like they're in the mood for celebrations when the actual results come out. The Socialists also talking about these opinion polls, they say the election isn't lost yet. And Suma, that left-wing ally, they're saying as well this is going to be a long night. They also won't go into the details of the polls, because this is a very tight, potentially race to see who ends up as the Prime Minister because of the horse trading. And so it may be that the final result hangs on just a few seats.
And Sarah, it's safe to say that it's been a highly unusual election at the height of a scorching summer, and the timing of the vote has been criticised by many, especially that so many in the country are on holiday. How has that influenced the voter turnout?
It has been a very controversial date for an election. It's the first time a general election has been held in July, and the People's Party criticised the selection of that date. Their spokesman has just said that she thinks it was very difficult for people to get to the vote. We know there were problems between the trains between Valencia and Madrid. A lot of people go on holiday from Madrid in Valencia. They couldn't get back for a while because there were problems on the trains. There's been a lot of traffic, and as you say, those high temperatures, we don't really know how that has affected the turnout, but we do know at 6 o'clock the turnout was down by about 4 percentage points.